Zašto ne radi? Come on, ovaj OBS šteka, samo tako je. Oh my fucking god, hvala Isusu. Jesus fucking Christ,
Sometimes I wanna run away.
Add browser source.
See, I don't know you at all, but I'm about it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm about it. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you now.
Tako, čekam novi cache. To ne treba. Mute tab. Iskreno se nadam da ovo nije copyrightano. Jebaću majku ako je.
So what? I'm so that means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide, and with the rhymes that make the dimes. I'll close their eyes and fantasize and divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats on stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young, black, successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to. Live until the morning, sleep until the noon. You say drop. Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round again.
Stoleski, veliki pozdrav za tebe da došao na live stream. Tako to, pa dobro je to. Evo sad, treba svakog trena. Valjda oči. Dobra muzika je, stvarno da nije copyrightana. Samo što ja ovdje prijavim, mislim da je bilo. Ajde ljudi. What do you want? You are preparing the cache. Oh my god.
Waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said
Kad ide za novi cache? Evo, treba svakog trena. Dajte ljudi, ono, brže to malo. Nemam ja toliko strpljenja. Come on. Jeboj buj keš. Nemoj tako, jer kešna je bolja mapa. Samo da počnu više, to bi bilo dobro. It's gonna be intense, man. Pa možda bude bolji, jebi ga. Sumnjam, ali lako moguće, jebi ga. Istina, treba smoke učiti. Svi se slaže, GeForce. Jo, pjesama, išće ih je. Jesse Infelicis, jebate. Ajmo ljudi, rekli ste u 17:25, kasnite, ovako. Ovako. Kasnimo.
Šta misli? Kaka je? Šaka je?
Jebo majku, rekli su 17:25, evo 17:31. Pa nemam ja cijeli dan.
A kad izlazi?
Sad je meč.
Uzbiljno. Top. Care ima 6 viewera, šta hoćeš?
Care, sjebu sam se.
Care, dogovorili smo je čak ja kap.
Kako se piše što tako? Ma nema veze, ja ovo radim ovako, obično ću ja kasnije live, nije to problem.
Viš ba da piše, car?
Ajaj. Nego ovako bez streama. Moja najdraža mapa da imamo kako će to biti. Lajkajte live stream ako niste, stvarno puno znači. A vama to jedan clickbait. Ovo se rate, nismo znali kaj. Ljudi, pa ovo nije normalno, trolaju nas tuda. Ovako, naprijed ne možemo. Jebo ih keš. A šta nisu rekli u 11:30, ja. Kasnije jebem, imam sve. Ništa ko njih ne može, kako se spada je. Jebo majku svoju.
Sa?
Jesse.
Jesse?
Šta ima?
Ništa, bracu, kod tebe.
Evo, hajpan sam.
Što si hajpan?
Bumapi? Jepa.
Ajde, ocjenjujemo ja i ti.
Ajde, ja i ti ocjenjujemo.
Ajde, ovaka krenica.
Nema zebancije.
Prije, brate, finala.
Keš je, ja, prije. Prije finala, sad.
Ko igra?
Nemam pojma, neki miksani igrači. Prije finala, sad treba biti game. Upade mikrofon kao.
Sorry.
Reci. Neće igrati finale, igrat će samo show match ovaj, na kešu. Ja. A bilo fora ono, finale na mapu koju ne znaju. sjebe. To bi se idlo ko je pravi ti. Ne šeri. Idemo. Kako bi ja izbacio chat sebi? Kako, a? Jebem ti sve. A kakve pizde? Jel može kod njih išta na vrijeme poći?
Ne može, cari.
Uvijek ja čekat moram. Što ima kod tebe?
Škola, trening.
Kanter.
Aha. Bukvalno. I momental stream.
To ti dobro, to ti pamet. Evo, kaj, we are back in 5 minutes. Jebuam, ja mat. Ma ne chat od Twitcha, nego chat od mog YouTube-a. Settings. Ne, tu. Još 3 minute, idemo. Koliko kasnije ovo kod mene, da ja to refresham. 3.52, a ovdje je 20 sekundi čeka. Uć. Direct. Full screen. Da. Dobro je ovo što su napravili. A kad ja Streamlabs, dobro ste vi to. Da. Oh my god, loada mi. Venti mate. Šta onda ćemo 720? Ja ne možeš gledat Marko stream u source-u i... Tako, more, haj. Što dobro. I ovaj pobjegao. Lajkajte live stream. Ako vam nije teško. Idemo još 2 minute. Hajde frajera. Garant se crash. Ne, seri, crashić. Daj mi chat jebote, druži. Oh my fucking god, ne veze. Minuta, idemo. Uteku. Joj, trči neki. Ako produže ovi 5 minuta, ranću se, znači. Taj stil, ako se tako čita, hvala na subscribe-u, dobrodošli na live stream. Ako si izbuđen za novi cash kao i mi, ostane ovdje. Ne šeri novi cashić. Aj sad počnite, molim vas. Bilo bi lijepo, a? Oh my god. I'm hyped. Ali nije, ne može tako, morat ćemo ovako. Display capture, tako. Oh my fuck! Ne, šta? Taj stil, pozdrav, dobrodošao na live. Da, nije moglo onako zvuk kasnije. Oh my fucking god. Ja sad zvuk sinkan. Onda je. Let's get our introduction straight here. To my left, I do have Volcano, and I do have FM Phone. Round of applause for the father and other father of DE Cat. Evo, ja se naježio odmah, ne može to tako. Now, for a little bit of an introduction, where do we start? Let's start with you, Sal. Tell the crowd who you are. Where do you come from? I know the 3D days. You've worked with maps. Talk to me about yourself.
Sure. Yeah, I started as a pro player in Counter-Strike, dating way back to maybe late 2001, early 2002. And I competed up until 2015. And during that time, I originally started doing level design, worked on DE Cache, and that came out first 2010 in CS Source.
Damn. So it's been quite the run. What about yourself, Pone? I know that you are the father of CS Museum, so tell me about that.
Yeah, I've been a level designer and environment artist for probably more than half my life. I started doing this when I was like 15, 16 years old, so wow. It's been just a huge passion of mine.
So, I mean, obviously this passion has kind of made a crossroads between the two of you. Talk to me about teaming up. How was it that this tag team duo became to be?
Sure, yeah. Sean
it
was 2013, and he said we should do a collaboration. I totally agreed. It was something I was also interested in doing because the early versions of Cache, maybe they played well, but they didn't really look great. And, you know, Sean's a master at that, and so we teamed up, and I think it really took the map to the next level.
So just to kind of put a finger where everything is here.
To je isti onaj srpčekica koji iznad maina bio prije.
Is your area, and then over here for FM Pone would be the artistic and sort of the outlook of the entire thing.
Yeah, occasionally I'll give my opinion on level design, but this is Sal's baby, and I've always felt that way. So like when I first reached out to him, I just want to say thank you. I know it's been like a long time we've been working together.
Hell yeah, there it is.
No, and I also thank you because, you know, without us working together, I don't think the map would be where it is.
Yeah, the map certainly has cemented its place within professional Counter-Strike. Everyone here can say something, you know, about Cache or playing Cache with your friends or pugging it or losing on it. But more importantly, let's take a look at a comparison right now.
Daj mi reći samo jel sinkan zvuk i stream sad. Oh my god, idemo. Ne seri. Oh my god. To su ti teksturi brutalni novi. Isuse. Znači nisu uopće puno tog promijenili. Što je dobro. Ne, seri. Isuse, gledaj textures. Ovo sad liči na neki kurac, ne samo zidove. Oh my god. Pa i dobro je da je samo reskin, znači doslovno minimalne promjene, skoro ih ni nema. Ali ovo je brutalno, Isuse Bože. Oh my god.
For Counter-Strike Global Offensive, you guys must be so damn proud.
For sure.
Talk to me just right away about, I guess, some of the things that drove some of these changes, right? Was it more community-based? Did you guys go back to the drawing board? Talk to me about some of the changes that we're going to see.
Yeah, I think it's a mix of all of those things. And I know Sean really wanted to do a great job with the retexturing, you know, the renovations of the map. And from what we saw, I think it looks great. Awesome job, Sean. And then on the gameplay front, we saw a few opportunities. Like we did want to keep things very similar because we think it works. But there were a few opportunities to maybe inject some more utility usage from teams and give the CTs a few more options, especially around mid and in the A site to play around.
S kojim kamionom? Ono na sredini gdje je prije bio kontejner, sad je kao neki tank. Kako na to misliš? Vidit ćemo sad. Hoćeš da gledamo game koji će biti sad ili...
First of all, thanks everybody. So the first area I'd like to talk about
sad je bio novi cache,
is kind of the
jebate.
mid warehouse. I want to give you guys a rundown of as best as I can
Evo,
how
vidi,
we
gledaj.
go about creating an area like this.
Oh my god.
So you're going to see a lot of blending here, here, up here, and this is called displacement blending. We're just blending two different textures together to create a believable kind of organic feel to this space. And you'll see a lot more color.
Update,
well.
ne znam, rekli
see
negdje u 9.
in
mjesecu.
areas like this or here that you ever really did before. So these leaves, for example, are individually modeled, which is good for performance if you can believe that. And it also kind of makes it fun to inspect the environment really up close. In these tiles, you know, something you would really expect to see in a Soviet environment. So the next area I'd like to talk about, you may recognize.
Oh my fucking god, ovo je unbelievable.
Yeah, we love it. So you're going to see some new stuff here. Keep an eye on this in the show match. Yeah, a little something to keep an eye on. So something like this is authentic Soviet design. Very precisely modeled. So you'll see individually modeled leaves again.
Nemam pojma,
A lot more
nije to bilo, ja mislim.
A lot more color here, displacement blending again, kind of getting more interesting shapes in here. You can see the theme of the level coming through, the weapons cache, and the fact that it's still being used as like a target range. You can see that the basic structure of the B-bomb site is pretty much the same. But there are some new stuff thrown in there. So this is one of my favorite areas. This
Squeaky.
is...
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
To je skroz drugo. Isuse Bože, kako retexture promijeniti mapu cijelu, Isuse fix, Bože dragi, znači ovo je perverzija, perverzija. Vidiš Squeaky, napokon liči na neki kurac.
Maybe we can sell these one day, Valve, I don't know. Putting it out there.
Oh my god.
It's also an authentic design from Pripyat, which is a town located very, very close to Chernobyl. It's where the workers lived. And you can see the vistas that we're trying to incorporate a lot more of these into the level so you can see out into the world and you just have more of a sense of place and give you something to look at while you're shooting heads.
Yeah.
All right, last area here. I know you guys want to see the show match, so I'm going to make it quick. Just a lot of displacement blending going on everywhere, a lot more colors, individually modeled leaves, and...
Perverzija,
let's watch people shoot people on this level, right? Let's go back to Stunner.
Gledamo meč sad.
Yeah, I mean, beauty is one way to describe this map so far. All of the green in the world. I guess just looking at Cash, knowing what it's been in the past, what are you expecting from it now?
Lajkajte live stream
I'd
ako
say
nije
we're
problem.
expecting a lot more interesting strategy around
Sekunda
mid.
posla.
And just a lot more opportunity for CTs in mid.
Yeah, and I just can't wait to see how the community adapts to it, how the pro teams adapt to it. That's what I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, and the thing about new maps is, right, we're going to watch a show match here in a second with some of the world's finest talent. But in reality, once these teams do get those times to practice on this map, that's when we're going to see some of the cool, innovative stuff. I think that's something that you're both eagerly awaiting to see, hey, what needs to be adjusted. There will be changes to this map in the future, or is this where we want to stick?
I mean, we're always keeping a finger on the pulse, playing the map ourselves, listening to the pros. And we actually had the opportunity to sit down with some pros here, and we've been taking notes. And so there's a few things that we might tweak as well before the official release date.
Well, today is the day that we do
the release date.
We got to have some commentators. It's going to be very important that I mention that Sal will be joining the commentators over there during the show match. But I need to introduce the commentators. How about a round of applause for Henry G and Machine, who have their own opinions on Cash. What do you guys think?
Oh my goodness, does that look beautiful or what, Alex? You've got that luscious green environment, something really aesthetically pleasing to look at now. Cash was a little bit grey and bland before, but now it really has got an exciting feel to it. And I love the fact as well, they're talking about CT mid advantages now. I felt like that was such a stifling area before for CTs. Now you have access points and places to actually use utility and actually position yourself more advantageous.
Henry, I've spent so many evenings with you saying
full screen
mid, and I'm sitting there on sandbags.
It's not the best outcome.
Sweating profusely, Molotovs, flashbangs. It's going to be interesting to see how things change. And of course, you know, we got a couple of sneak peeks from FM Pone's breakdown of the additional changes they made. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what the players learning during this match. They are going to be finding things halfway through the match, halfway through their CT side, that will completely change the pace.
Yeah, we're going to make sure we hype this one up as much for you guys as well. And like Trace has said, Sal's going to be joining us. I think he sold himself a little bit short in his little introduction there. He is one of the most legendary Counter-Strike players from the North American region. Team 3D, playing a K-Sharp back in the day. I was a player I used to look up to a lot. He inspired me to become a professional player. So give him a round of applause, guys. Volcano and FM Pone did a great job for us. It's been an awesome show match. We'll throw it back to those guys and we'll see you there.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yes, that's right. A round of applause was in order and much deserved. You guys have done so much, not just for the competitive community, but also the casual gamers for just CSGO. And that is something that I personally want to thank you for. Right now, I think it's just about the time that we take a look and see how this was all made possible.
Isuse Bože. Koji kurac je. Nema zajebanci, dečki su razvalili. A program je legi, bog te. Čekaj, šta su rekli da mid nešto promijenila mid? Da su promijenila mid? Če gled taj A side, oh my fucking god. Oh my god, got boost! Holy shit! Ne seri! Uuuu! Holy fuck! Gle, imaju... Oh, ne seri! Prostor za boost. Lažiš. Ne znam, treba doći negdje u 9. mjesecu. Bit 5. A di onaj ja sajt, ovu vidio otvoreno, ovo sve za granate. Oh my god, ovo će biti perverzija, je. Znači, kamion je dalje tu. Ne. Ne. Ojme meni. VTF. Gle ovo je najbolji dio mape. To i squeaky. Smoke. Šta koliko jadno išao Miki. Mapa je brutalica. What the fuck je ovo, možeš skočiti na svaki kurac na mapi. That was amazing. Ajmo sad, gledamo meč. Lajkajte live stream ljudi, hajde. Idemo.
I would say it was about 1 year, 5 days a week, starting from about 10 or 11 in the morning till about 3 or 4 in the evening. In the morning, I should say. 3 or 4 in the morning.
Okay, Sal, same?
Not quite as extreme as Sean. You know, he did the heavy lifting on this.
Okay.
But yeah, I came into the process a bit later with some of the design stuff.
So, a final question I'm going to have for you guys is this. You brought a lot of elation, you brought a lot of
Ma ne veze, evo ti kopere to samo ovako da gledamo malo.
What we're going to go read on the forums here and the
other.
How does that feel to you guys?
We're a very small part of this. It's really about the players, and I think, you know, I try to remind myself about that throughout the process. It's about the players. We're doing this for them. We want you guys to have fun and enjoy this.
Yeah, we're excited, but ultimately at the end of the day, we just want the community to enjoy this.
Yeah, and I'm damn sure that we will. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the creators of DE Cash. We do have a special treat, being that a show match is ready to be played, and I do believe Mr. Borg is on the stage.
You do believe right. I am excited about this for many reasons. A, it is a great appetizer ahead of what's going to be a great grand final. But secondly, I love a show match. We get a rock star band of all-star players, give them two completely average coaches and find out what happens. And especially on a map like this, brand new to ESL1 New York, the fact that we're going to get them playing it, learning live with this new mid-control, it is going to be fascinating to watch. So, my friends here and anybody watching at home, this is going to be a treat. Let's bring out the teams. First to enter the stage here in the Barclays Center. Welcome, Team Squeaky. Elite, Kenny S, or Kenny as I like to call him, Tarek Config, and Twist as well.
Okay.
All managed and coached by Chad Birchall. He knows what he's doing on cash.
Chad Birchall.
And then we'll be taking on Team Toxic. Stewie 2K, Ethan, Nitro, Steel, and Jax. Coached by my favourite nothing, Jordan Gilbert. So 2 teams taking it out on cash is about to happen here at ESL1 New York. Once again, let's hear it for your show match teams. Right, I believe I'm going to get a chat with a couple of people. That would be Elige. Come talk to me. So you've not played this yet, have you, this map?
No, not yet.
So what's it going to be like then, learning these new points? Because I think you've seen a couple of videos about it. What's it going to be like learning a new map as you play it?
I think it's going to be pretty fun. Like, it's pretty much the same as old cash, but just like a little, couple of new things like mixed in there. And I think that we're all going to be taking advantage of that.
As Chad said to me before we came out onto this stage, he said North Americans are demons at cash. Is this true?
Yeah, I mean, Cash has been our home map for years. Like, we're just going to be able to take it to him. I'm going to be IGLing, going to be leading everyone to it. We're going to win it.
You're going to smash up Jordan's team?
Yeah, of course.
Give me a score prediction.
It's going to be... We're probably going to lose pistols because we do have... Well, we have 2 local players. They have 2 local players. We're both going to lose pistols. Maybe 16-6.
I'll take that. Interesting. And then, if we come over this way... You've seen the videos as well. What do you think of the new Cash?
I think it looks pretty good. I think there's a few changes that it's going to make. Thank you. I think there's a few different angles that make the map a little bit more viable for the CTs, increase the playability of it, and there's always the ability to have all the creative ideas flowing still.
What do you think of the look as well? It's lush and green and verdant and alginous.
I think it's a little too green. I think it's too vibrant. I think it needs to be...
It can't be too vibrant.
No. I think, like, if you have digital vibrance on, it's a bit too green, but I think if they dial that down a bit, I think it's actually really cool.
It's not easy being green. Give me a score prediction.
Score prediction? Well, first of all, we're Team Toxic, right? So I have to give something negative about the map. And the score, 16-14.
I look how you looked at your own team first just to see, oh, yeah, we're going to do all right. Listen, thank you very much. Get on there. I'm excited to see you learn this. So then, join your team. We're ready to go. Right then, here's someone New York.
Crosser.
This has been played. We've
got
size.
Average 2,5 Style 4, gap minus 2, thickness 1.
Oh, thank you so much, OJ. This is going to be a blast getting to see Cash.
Dajte taj Cash,
I'm
ljudi.
doing it with the Volcano. What a treat. This is a first time for me.
Yeah,
it's going
what
to be
an
exciting.
honor for me to be here. You know, what better place to have my first cast in the stage here at ESL 1 New York?
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? It couldn't get much better.
I'm going to do some housekeeping. I'm going to tighten your headset because you're going to be jumping around, getting all excited.
There we go.
That's going to feel more comfortable. Put that there.
Wonderful.
Lovely. Now we're all cooking. We're cooking.
Right.
Crosser
So let's have a look at the
thickness
teams
1.
before we jump into things. We've got
Crosser
the
gap
boys with Config,
minus
Elite,
2.
KS, Twist, and Tarek. That's
Crosser
going to be Team
style
Streaky. Pretty strong
4.
team, if you ask
It
me.
is
Not
pretty
bad at all.
Crosser size.
But I've got a bit of a sweet
Mislim da je
spot myself
2,5.
for Steel. I like him. I feel like he's a smart dude.
Shoppy.
We've got Stewie 2K. He's got Nitro there as well. That's a very, very strong team.
Zašto
Easton
mi
in the mix
Buffett?
as well. That to me, that's the winning team. Team Toxic as well. I hope they're going to be giving some banter and showing us what they can do because that's an exciting team on paper. And it looks like they'll be starting on the T side. But Sal, we mentioned it in the kind of pre-game for this one that you've really focused on the CT mid area, right? Trying to give them more options going into this one. And we're going to kick things off for Knife Rounds. We can talk about this a little bit more. What have we actually seen? We saw that new platform towards middle with the window there. Is that going to be a massive talking point going forward into this game?
Right, yeah, and the interesting thing here is we have Kenny S starting on CT. So
Exactly.
I think a bunch of these new angles will really favor his op.
That's going to be interesting.
I'm looking forward to seeing him up on the window and then on the A retakes, getting on the truck, having that sight line towards quad. I think that's going to be pretty big.
That does seem massive. It means that you can play a lot more retake mentalities towards the A side if you want to. Having angles towards the A side, you can actually spot the cross. So from the truck, we saw that. You can look towards the bomb side, see if anyone's crossing towards the quad. And also, the massive factor for me there is the fact you can Molotov now from CT side over towards the top of quad. That seems like a massive asset.
Yeah, I think that'll help on retakes quite a bit. And there's also a new box on the truck wall. So they can use that for cover as well with duels towards fork.
That's such a good point because that was just an absolute dead zone for you if you got caught in that position. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are ready to go. I hope you're excited. We have got one hell of a show match for you. The inaugural showing of D Cash. Let's get excited. Let's show Sal how much this means to us. Cash money, baby. We're getting into the game now. The first show match ever on it. Alex, take us away.
Let's jump in. A quick roster rundown for you as well, because it's star-studded on the left-hand side of your screen. Jax from G2, Ethan from the Evil Geniuses, Liquid in Force with Stewie and Nitro and Steel, a North American curveball to round out Team Toxic. For Squeaky, we have Kenny S, Twists, Elige, Config, and Tarek. And we're about to be jumping into our very first round of the brand new Cash play. And as always, we start with a boost.
Oh, we saw this jump before. Stewie 2K doesn't land it, though.
You were saying, Volcano, you tried to make that a little easier.
Well, so that part's still the same difficulty, but the second step is
easier.
And this is actually a little bit of what I expected. I think, nice kill by Stewie there. I was expecting CTs to play a retake.
Oh my goodness, we'll get some game sound as soon as we possibly can, but for now, Stewie, he's got the first frag and is causing pressure. New angle found by Jax on the box enables him to hold main rather passively now, can fall back on towards the site. Two players pushing in from highway. We do have another arrival. This time Twist fills the feed. 3 versus 4 and equalizing. Let's see if we can find that new angle. So you can plant safe. And that's the cross. Okay, and you can then respond with a Molotov in kind.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, we do have a 3-on-3 situation. There is a kit available for Steel. He's got the smoke as well. I'm sure that will come into play. You can see these new angles as we make our way towards the retake now. It looks absolutely beautiful. You can see that open side towards the right, and it's going to be up to Elijah, the double stack towards Quad here, trying to bait in his teammate the best he can. Now, will they suspect it? Ethan certainly seems to think so. The knives are coming out. Is it going to be delivered? The first round delivers a knife kill, and it's going to be down the corner. 2 knives in 1 round.
Oh my fucking god.
2 stabs in the back.
Round 1, baby, let's go.
Yep, that's one way to get a first pistol round in on cash.
The first ever round. That's insane. Oh my goodness. Well, it's Team Toxic living up to their name now.
Yeah, analyze that one, Chad. My goodness, that's funny. Damn. Smiles on their faces. Good to see a smile on Stewie's face.
They've taken a tactical timeout already. They're like, you know what? This is not good enough.
You got to regroup after that. And he's got an extra $3,000 in his pocket.
That's a good point.
Are we going to see a round 2 op or something?
That's true.
That's
we will.
Totally
we have to. It has to be maybe an auto sniper. I feel like that could be like the really kind of rub salt in the wounds at this point.
Now we're speaking of auto snipers.
Ještě brutálně. Kusty nestojí Felicí.
There is a little bit more wall bangs going on in cash. You're keeping your eye on it.
Yeah, definitely keeping an eye on it. There are a number of them throughout the map. I think some of them might be pretty cool and spice things up a bit, but we do want to...
I was right, it was the auto sniper. They've gone straight for it.
There we go.
Round 2,
That's it. Nitro brought out the auto sniper. I think Ethan dropped it for him. He's taken the FAMAS, and Nitro's got, give me the auto sniper. He said about the wallbang potential. What a weapon to really demonstrate that. Let's see if we can keep it on Nitro and see what he's up to. He's gone towards the shell for sniper window towards middle. You can see the angle now. It's very difficult to smoke that one off with the T side, so they might be in for a bit of a surprise here. He only gets the 1. Great shot from Twist to respond.
Oh, and I can't wait to see more from this side. The squeaky part of the map is just gorgeous, and a flank from Jax. He hasn't got the weapon for the job, still tapping away, and he will retreat back towards the teddy bear and the brand new squeaky.
Well, that's lovely. That squeaky door area is beautiful to look at. And we'll see now everything slowed down. It's a 4 versus 3. The Dak has been picked up by Steel. A classic angle there from Ethan. You can see this locker position. This is A main as Kenny S comes in with the scout. No strains to this position as Steel holds up towards CT. Going to be jumping up. You can see these angles now available to the CTs. Allow them to actually challenge a little bit more towards A main instead of holding passive crossfires as Jax continues to do damage with the MP9. There's just kills all over the place here. And it will be Team Toxic running away with this one so far. Now, we haven't seen much aggression on the CT yet, very early days, so is that some of you try to keep within the map? There's options on the CT side to go for pushes, and that's what you need to judge, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think it is an important bit in level design, having those options for CTs to be able to get aggressive, especially if something's going wrong elsewhere on the map. Gaining territory and getting a foothold into the map elsewhere is important.
I feel like that's one of the reasons I loved casting it so much, especially when you had some legendary in-game leaders on there. Whenever you watched Carrigan team play this map, they always had the great offensive approaches on the CT side. Instead of just playing default setups and changing things up, you could push towards A main, you could take control of B storage and push them right back and funnel them into the other side of the map. Other maps don't let you really have that potential. We talked about this before, like Dust 2 doesn't really have many options for those sort of pushes.
Cash certainly does. A nemam pojma, trebalo bi 9. mjesecu izaći, negdje ne znam kad. Znači 300 pjesama. Ma neće, bit će to isto, nema to veze kako to izgleda. Da, na Twitchu gledam. Mapa je vrh, slažem se. Mapa je vrh. Care, znači divljina.
Oh, it was Jax.
Yeah. So I think they're going to, maybe they're regrouping here, but they're probably going to want to spread out into a default.
Lajkajte live stream, ljudi, stvarno mi puno značilo.
Those big plays, good to see you all in force for the show match. I think something that I'd like to ask about now. This is
jedan like, jedan frag umeta na novom cashu.
It's a polarizing opinion. A lot of people have opinions.
I knew it was coming, Alex. I knew it was
coming. I only took 2 rounds, Henry. I just have to get these words out of my mouth.
It looks the same, but cleaner, I guess.
Did you tidy up Fork? A lot of people struggle with the angles. It feels like everyone's immune to bullets around that area.
So we did a bunch of work. The model has been revamped. It should be a little bit cleaner. It shouldn't block as many bullets. It shouldn't block the player models as much. And the terrain around it, we also kind of raised that up. So if somebody were crouching right behind it,
so visibility is improving.
Yeah, so their body is a little bit higher, so you see more than just their head.
Okay, nice.
And we focused on the readability back there.
But
yeah, something we're keeping an eye on. We know it's a pretty contentious point, but it is also a pretty iconic area of the map. It's such a great call out. So.
And so many huge plays made from it. I mean, you'd be sad to see the Fork disappear. I can't believe I just said that. Yeah.
Well, it would be sad, perhaps. We're doing our best to make the gameplay around it as pristine, like as great as it can be. Yeah.
we are going to be taking an opportunity to fix the game sound so we can enjoy the show match to its absolute best. So we appreciate all of your patience. We're going to quickly refresh our memory with a pro tip from Cash before we jump into the rest of the show match.
Tips. Future pros, we're back, and this time with the new Cash. It's been fun running around looking for new stuff, but for now let's teach you a new incendiary that you can do on this version of the map.
Možda izađe beta, ali
You
sumnjam.
can throw from the truck to quad on the A side. To throw this incendiary, hop up onto the roof of this truck. Aim along the left line of the crane in line with the bottom of this transformer. Shift walk forwards and throw the incendiary immediately. If you've done everything correctly, then quad should be on fire. This was previously not possible on the old Cache, so I know you will find a use for this incendiary.
Svakako. A neće Novi Miraž, ja mislim.
Well, I'm definitely stealing that one. Thank you. Shout out to Rush, who was given access to Cash in order to create all that wonderful content for us.
Edward, hvala na subscribe-u.
During your
Dobrodošle na live stream.
Do you, towards the end stages, find yourself running around trying to, you know, theory craft how the nades will be
Idemo taj road do 500 subscribera do kraja godine, valjda.
Not even towards the end. And maybe this is my background as a pro player coming in, but I just can't help myself. You know, I jump on the map and I spend hours just trying nades, wall bangs,
veliki pozdrav, dobrodošao na live.
Yeah, for sure, because you want to know
Kakav novi cache? Pa river cache je danas, ljudi. Kako to, ne znam. Gledaj sad, igra se game na novom cache, znači perverzija je, perverzija.
So yeah, so we do keep that in mind. Sometimes it's incidental.
Kao prije 2 sata, pije sad, ne šeri.
I think we have gone back and added some decals and things like that to, like, I think, you know, the path leading up to...
Da, gledaj cache, vidi.
I think we had put some extra antennas and things there.
Nice. Okay, that's always cool because it's set pieces from Cache. It's quite iconic. And yes, welcome back. You're just joining us. This is the first ever show match here, or first ever game played on the new version of Cache. You can see it's luscious and green. There's new opportunities. We do see a push towards middle. The jump has been landed by Stewie this time as he makes his way down. This could be absolutely colossal. He pushes round. He's only good for one. The P250, no armor, is what takes him down. Elige is ready and waiting. And it will be a quick 4-on-4. It actually helps out the teams quite a lot now.
Stafuj! Ma ne, nije izašao još cache update, neće izaći. Nije izašao još update za CS, ni neće još tako skoro.
A big part of the play. Nitro boosted up and he's got the perfect weapon for the job. Round 3 with the auto sniper. Tarek's got another one. Team Squeaky, they're making these unarmored sidearms work. Elige in trouble though. Need to maybe stabilizing for him. He still hasn't died and it will conclude 3-0.
Well, there we have it. That's a really nice round from Team Toxic. We did see that jump nailed by Stewie there. As you mentioned, the first jump's just as difficult, but he seemed to make very light work of it. Nice access point. One question I wanted to ask you with the T truck towards their spawn area, is that the same angle you can still boost on that look towards the white box?
So it's slightly different. It's a little bit lower profile because with the addition of the new window in mid, the sightlines there are a little bit different that we had to consider.
Sure.
But with the boost on top of that truck, you'd still be able to get some visibility.
Excellent. That was always a fun boost to come in. Speaking of fun, Stewie 2K has picked up an interesting weapon here. I think he's got the Negev out, so that's always a lot of fun to see that being brought into the mix. And there it is, the mid window there. You can see even if you smoke towards the Z halls, you still have full vision on the CT side. Lovely shot from Kenny. Bit of an iconic Cache sniper for sure as he opens things up towards Ethan.
Gosh, jumping to Steel's POV, I'm like trying to process where I am in the map. Okay, pushed up on B by Toxic. Appropriate given the team name and the player. We'll see.
Video, nisi
it was a joke. I love Josh. Let's all be friends. Come on.
He says.
He says, biting his tongue.
Well, the smokes towards A main there. And interesting, we saw in the pre-game for this. You can actually smoke towards a mid-entrance from the B bomb side now from Checkers, correct? So there's lots of options to back the team. Less players potentially towards middle right. Well, speaking of less players, it's going to be Stewie 2K lowering them down. It's the M249, I believe. So that's doing great work as we get into a 3 versus 2 now. It's up to Jack to try and salvage the situation, making his way through towards A main. And it will be player towards forklift. Bomb planted in the default spot. I believe we have one player towards quad as well. He's going to have to step up here. First kill should be no problem whatsoever. whatsoever. Twist didn't see it coming. Tarek now AK-47.
Go.
Trying to take them down, but he's got problems ahead of him, but apparently not. Steel completely eviscerated by the AK there. Tarek doing God's work towards MBK. Are we still going to call it MBK, do you think? That remains?
It's going to be a very hard habit to break. It's MBK.
It is, isn't it? It always will be. I think it's been immortalized at this stage.
There is
some little Easter eggs here I can spot.
Dog Bruce.
Is it really? Well, see if we can get that in for the beginning of the next round. There are some Easter eggs creeping around here. But now it's going to be Kenny S opening things up with a boost towards middle. The M249 spray down.
This second frag up to a lead. I mean, we're seeing a new meta established on cash here, Volcano. I'm joking. But no, but that is...
There it is.
There's the Easter egg I was hoping for.
Round applause for Doggo. Lovely. We love dogs here, and
it's time to investigate B, ladies and gentlemen.
It is, and there's lots of new opportunities in terms of boosts here. Stewie won't be using them just yet, but he's doing a lot of damage with that Deagle. And able to find the frag, Tarek will take him down, and you can see Steel dodging the flames, not quite. He'll take a little bit of damage. Now, is that wallbang potential towards Checker still as potent as it was before?
Yeah, that should remain the same.
Did you just kill one there as well? Did Steel get it? I think he did.
Wallbang's coming in. The lineup was always a bit janky. Still has the lineup in his mind.
There's the new boost there.
This is the new boost.
Yeah, I think this boost really shines for T's, particularly when CTs are going to be trying to refill.
So a post-plant situation there. So you can see Kenny S trying to join him with the fun. He might get more than he bargained for, though. They're not checking Tarek's position as he starts to mow them down. Oh, it's a lovely round there. I think that's a really interesting point. So it benefits the CTs at the start of the round.
Ja, ma pazi, ja ću tu gore igrat sa AWP-om kod na CT-om.
So what was always interesting is, like, I imagine that headshot pre-fire was just bread and butter. Get checker control, your pre-firing headshot, and then you procedurally clear. Now you're going to have that second guess from headshot to boost as a potential to clear.
Yeah, and I think it is a bit of a gamble, because if you get pop flashed and you're caught up on those pipes, there's not really much to do other than stick it and fight.
Have a go. Yeah, interesting. But for the after plan, it wasn't something I considered when I initially looked at it, just how effective that will be. Tarek was just playing anti-flash up there, and as long as you've got some cover.
We talked about CT aggression and the options available to you. This is a bit of an eco round. You can see two players pushing towards Squeaky. So will the team be aware of this? It was a classic push in the old version of Cash. You can see Nitro and Ethan taking full advantage of it. Jack's whipping things up. Lovely Deagle still towards the lead, but they have got mid-control on the team Squeaky side. Can the CTs capitalize with this backstab coming in towards the mid-warehouse? There's Nitro, ready and waiting. As we do see Ethan not quite finding the frag, but Tarek will be taken down eventually.
Gosh, this is aggressive Counter-Strike all over the place. Take a look at Z. New, of course, lines of sight available. Saw Nitro taking that earlier, but numbers advantage in favor of Team Toxic. Certainly not in the weapons department, though. No Kevlar. Retrieved AK for Steel. 3Gs find themselves in the middle. Let's have a look how they choose to approach this last 60 seconds of play.
Well, it's going to be the advantage for Toxic, but it's Kenny S who will take things back to an even level. It's going to be a 3 versus 3. Steel removed, and this was the eco, remember, for Toxic, so they don't really have a lot to work with, but it's not slowing them down whatsoever. Jax gets the second Deagle frag. A bullet to the dome of Kenny S will give them the advantage now, but Twist and Config still alive, kicking Twist with 100 HP, and they're going to try and pincer towards the A side. Config using the routes towards Highway as his teammate holds towards A main. The problem is they are separated. The bomb's on the back of Config, who's got low HP. If he gets dropped here, then a lot of trouble, and it will be a scout tag from Nitro as he finishes things off.
Just Config, no HP. Admittedly, his teammates or his opponents don't have armor. He has a chance. It's a headshot angle. Jax finds it, and the fist bumps are in. Another one on the board for Team Toxic.
There we have it. 4-2. Team Squeaky need to pull their socks up here. So one thing that's always been said about Cash is one of the few maps in the pool we could actually say was T-sided. It was by a few percent, I would say, but do you feel like that's going to be the same outcome in this new version?
It's difficult to predict, but I think there are quite a few things that do benefit the CTs here. Like on that topic as well, like if it's T-sided or slightly CT-sided, like, I'm okay with those slight imbalances because I think it is good for the map pool if all the 7 maps have a little bit of unique flavor to them. But within reason, like you never want it going too extreme.
Yeah. No, I think it's great that the CTs have a bit more viable approaches towards middle, especially. That was always, for me, the most difficult area to contain. You'd have to have 3 CTs there with set smokes and really good synergy. There's a classic boost there, the old Shroud spot.
Yeah, is the lamp that you can, above the door, can you still get onto that angle as well?
You can still get onto that. And on the Shroud boost, there used to be like a pole in that corner that restricted your movement. You couldn't get flush with the wall, but we removed that, so now you can hug that corner.
So now you can be fully hidden up there. They can't speak.
They can't bang your toes.
I think that would be hidden now.
Okay, that's great.
You can get a bit closer to the wall.
Excellent. Well, Ethan, I should say, get the HEs towards the A main position. There it is, on top of the lamp. Doesn't last long, but down he goes.
At least we get to see a proof of concept. Config battling on B. It's a difficult fight to take. In the meantime, A does look to be working out for the CTs. 2 frags, leaving Elige and a rather...
That's a
that's new. Doesn't work out for Ethan. Elige gets an easy frag, and this round is far from over. Stewie on the I was going to say retake, but we will see, of course, if he chooses to advance early. Yes, a new box to play with as well towards the truck wall. Bomb down. What utility do they have? Maybe Steel's been watching the tutorial. Get that Molotov towards quad. It's bullets that do the work. It's Nitro to finish it.
Lovely stuff. I really like that box towards the CT wall as you're retaking, because before, if one flashbang came over, your only option was hold left and just run to the wall and hope for the best.
Yeah,
right?
and a lot of times you wouldn't really want to leave the safety of the truck until your team
exactly.
If you get caught out with the pop, you're as good as dead.
Yep.
But now you can get one guy, get some foothold in there while your team's rotating.
I must ask, is that box spammable at all? If you're a T side and you think someone's behind there, can you wallbang this box? Is that
definitely
safe
the
cover?
corners can be shot through. I would have to double check if the whole thing can be shot through.
It looks like with the barrel there as well, especially, it looks like if you just tucked yourself in,
if you hug behind the barrel,
you'd be fine. Yeah, that's interesting, because that was just such a classic. You try and rotate into the bomb site, one flash would come over, and that would be it for you. Just have to hold in the corner and hope for the best.
That exchange between the first tee out on fork with the clearing of truck and the truck wall, going to be a bit of a different exchange now, and we're into another round of play. Team Toxic have a firm lead. Good spray coming out from Ethan. Damages up 2 of the advance straight through mid. They have got their mid smoke still working. And Nitro's already found a jump peek for info. Aggression from Config punished and traded. Did find Ethan in the meantime, though.
So that's exactly what I wanted to see. You can see the classic Z smoke deployed there, but there's still an option for Nitro to be part of the round. He's not completely eradicated now, so that's excellent to see him able to get 1 kill. He's not in too much danger. There's still a chance for him to kill him, but his aim can prevail as Tarek will push through the smoke. He'll expected lots of this. A 3 versus 2. Steel's got to hold on. He's got the Krieg in hand, but not for long. At least
ja ne znam, rekli su 9. mjeseca, ne znam kad točno.
AWP will be trying to make his way towards the B side. Great first shot, and now he's actually given himself a proper chance there against his teammate Kenny S, waiting towards the B bomb site itself. Flashbang comes in. He avoids it for now. He's got a kit available, but 2 players to find.
See if he can give us a simple impression. For Elige, timing's not great. Has a go, but Elige will secure the 3rd for Team Squeaky.
Excellent stuff.
Okay.
One thing I want to point out there, too, is we saw Nitro up on that window, the shelf position.
Yep.
And he started getting wall banged through by the T's once they suspected he was up there.
Okay, so how much is that doing, significant damage there, or is it just enough to kind of dissuade him from that position?
Ja volio da izađe beta,
just enough to dissuade him.
Yeah.
I think he took a headshot
beta
there.
update.
Yeah, and he's dropped down to about 30, 40 health.
That's perfect though, right? Because, yeah, you just want to get that sort of position, not holding it for the entire interaction. You just want to get 1 kill, drop down, and just kind of slow them down and make things a bit more problematic for them. So we're going to see more of a mid-focus here from the CTs on their force fight. Also, shotgun towards middle. Config's got his work cut out for him. He's doing a great job so far, though. Drops down.
Ne seri, ovo je dobro, sad tu možeš sakriti, jebote.
That's one way to do it. It looks so good from Config's POV until Stewie
Nisam iskreno pratio ove međe. Ni malo.
Kenny, aggressive out of main. He's going to have more than perhaps he bargained for. He does fall back just a little bit. Could have got caught on the cross. Still thriving. Stewie on the cross as well.
Ali mislim da će Astralis uzeti.
Oh, and eliminated. His teammate, not today, finds his head.
Oh, that's a filthy little shot from Twist there. Preemptive towards the connector, and it's going to be Steel to go down. Gets a taste of the AK, and it's going to be Twist to finish things off. That's a very Twist-esque round, Alex, I have to say.
It certainly is.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to call out there is we saw Stewie get that Zeus kill in mid, and he was using the new roof there to his advantage. So if you go to that aggressive spot close to the T-mid boost, it used to be a pretty difficult position because you get shot in the head. Yeah, you had to be looking up, looking forwards. So now there's a little bit of cover there.
That's interesting. So it was previously like a pipe, right? A very kind of thin pipe. You could still see them.
So the pipe still remains, but it's now got a ledge above it. So you can actually get some decent cover. Even if you're flashed, and sure, you can still be Molotov there, but it means you can't just be completely overwhelmed as soon as you're flashed. And you're not going to have any cover whatsoever. So that's a nice little change that makes that position a bit stronger on the CT side.
Ja jedva čekam da izađe mapa, znači igrat ću je. Proću odigrat jedno 50 matchmakinga samo na cache.
Certainly is. I mean, the visuals may have changed, but your muscle memory certainly stands.
Oh!
No worries. He gets a quick double.
You can see he's still feeling himself there at the end of the round, flicking back and forth as his teammates are TKing him.
That was insane.
We've seen a couple of players, I think Breezy and Elige at this tournament and a couple prior. There's something to do with the Krieg and those guys and their mechanical ability. It just looks ridiculous. Sure, the first is nothing to write home about, but just look how easy that is. What?
Ja to ne mogu napraviti
Easy for him, I should specify.
kad botovi stoje, a kamoli kad ljudi.
There we have it. That was a great round. Fantastic work.
Where's that molly going? He's trying to molly Z, or perhaps the new one.
Well, they're trying to show mid-presence here. With all the smokes deployed, they're going to go for a fast A attack, trying to keep the presence towards that side of the map, but Jax is having none of it. Lovely work from him to get a couple of kills, and here comes the retake now. Nitro trying to deny everything before they even get close to the bomb site here. At least looks like he's in trouble. He does steal one kill away. Frantic gets chaotic, but Steel stepping up.
Nisu oni nešto posebno sad... što mi je šlak.
Now, that was something that was very viable in the old
Nije to sad
iterations
nešto
of Cash.
prejako
Have you had
upijalo.
Orcas in mind with the redesign here? That any more other angles apart from the mid shelf that you can think
Treba
of that
to
the Orcs are really going to benefit from?
Yeah, the other big one would be the truck at CT spawn.
Okay, absolutely. That makes
sense. The angle
sense.
sort quad. That was definitely an Opper's type of angle.
Right.
That we're keeping in mind.
Yeah, and one thing we discussed before this game is the fact that, yeah, sure, those positions are available, and T's can still do something about it, but it costs them more utility. It's not so much a one smoke and gain access to a bomb site situation anymore.
Yeah, there used to be a bunch of one smoke executes you could do, and you can still do them, but they won't be quite as effective.
Kakva perverzija od mape. Ja hoću igrat to. Može se sad.
Win a lot of utility engagements, so this should take a little bit more utility out of them.
I was going to ask that Pronax boost towards A main. I was wondering if that was still prevalent. That looks like it's still just as viable as it used to be. So Elite's going towards events. We haven't seen much action towards this area. I assume you can still boost in there from the CT side. And it's going to be Nitro holding from the quad. This was a classic setup here. Going to be a bit more passive on A. Leave middle open and just have the Orpa watching towards highway. Someone watching the vents, and this enabled them to have mid control. Sometimes you had to do
A to ti novo mjesto na B imaš. Jebi ga, ako se okrene. Imaš gore neke cijevi na kojima možeš stajati, znači brutalno.
Three players hunting him down. That's the first, misses it. Config, low HP, doesn't matter when the bullets don't connect, and Stewie's in trouble. Surely not going to get a single frag, and Tarek's along there.
Gore lijevo.
This is Squeaky's sight, Squeaky's round. And you can see, gosh, it is
Možda sad neko skoči od ovih čeka.
beautiful. I've never thought I'd sit here and admire some rotting wood, but that's some nice looking rotting wood for sure.
I agree.
Shout out to FM Pone. The B site, iconic for Cash, really.
To kako bi hopat.
Redesigned and like it looks really aesthetically pleasing. We still have the same window as well. We're not going to see too many technical executions in this particular matchup, but you can still do all the same molotovs and smokes you were able to before. I believe the same markings are there. One thing about Cash towards its lifespan in the old iteration was the molotov executions towards the B side were pretty fun to watch. You could have like 3 or 4 molotov land all over the site, smokes towards heaven and CT spawn. But I like the fact now we have the boost position in the back of the B side. That won't be as effective, but still viable. You just have to eradicate some certain positions where the CTs aren't completely done for.
I'll give it 5 seconds until Astralis have a molly for that boost. Just straight from sunroom.
Yeah, do you know if that's possible, Sal, to actually molotov?
That's a good question. I didn't try it, but I feel like it would be possible.
I think it looks like there's enough gas.
The bottle would break for sure.
And it would presumably spill down towards headshot as well.
You could do both.
That could be really cool if you could pull that one off.
You put one quite deep so they can't run to CT, and you put one on that pipe to bleed them to the back. They have forced onto the site. It's possible, and will be interesting to see how it continues to develop. A fast peek from Kenny on B. It's a chance, and Nitro receives him. No worries.
Just to ask as well, I'm sure I know. Oh, hold on. Are the spawns exactly the same if you adjusted spawn timings?
We didn't tweak any of the spawns.
Okay, well there we go.
Vi hopp tutorial chat.
From Jax with this new hole in the wall. It makes Twist's advance up highway a whole lot more risky. You have a smoke on Z, you were free. 15 seconds bought, take your highway control. Now he's got to be a little bit more conscious.
Vidi, sve otvoreno je. Jebeno. Dajte ljudi hoću igrat, dajte mi tu mapu. Lajkajte live stream, ljudi, stvarno puno znači.
It looks like a thicker door. I assume the bullet damage hasn't changed.
It might be slightly less.
Oh, interesting.
That would be a good one for me to double check.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that was always the amount of times we've seen in professional Counter-Strikes.
It was Stewie 2K who played that
so
position.
That,
he would go on the T side or squeaky door and actually somehow get kills from that
door. Like fork, highway.
Like headshots coming through that door. Like, it was insane what he was going to do on that position. But there's the 5-7 coming to action. Here we go, Team Toxic and Team Squeaky. Actually pretty level right now.
Give me a HATZ skill, a nap boy, man.
14 as Jax goes to that mid-control. The classic mid-smoke to block vision from the likes of Tarek as he tries to get closer and closer. And now he's going to have his work cut out for him, but it's going to be Tarek not checking the close position. And that's just him alone. Or can he have to go for the repeat? You can see him being very aware of the window, but he doesn't seem to be shaken at all. That's a lovely shot towards Jax. One bullet towards
Kakav tepić.
Stewie got the line towards main, has the support from Ethan from up high.
Mogu kasnije poslati na Discord da
everything feels the same. You can see this is all too familiar territory for Stewie as he does catch Kenny. After his early heroics with the AK-47, Twist then looking for a 1 versus 3. North American's Magician, North America's map, 1v3. here in Brooklyn. Does get the first, catches Nitro on the truck, and another steel court trying to piece together where the last could be. It is going to be Stewie 2K, misses the shot. Stewie up, he's getting hunted. It's Twist with a 1 versus 3. The first clutch on catch.
Yeah, that's a big one as well. That's going to sting. It ties things up at 7-7. We'll have a look at the frag charts while we're here, see who's really feeling it so far. Alige, of course, we've seen some unspeakable things from him with the cream. He's got 15 and 9. Tarek and Twist both with 11 frags.
Ludo mi je što otvorena tako mapa, nije sve neke zgrade okolo.
You couldn't see truck from just outside main box before, like the shroud boost.
Yeah, so that APC has a bit of a slope to it on the edge.
So he's catching Nitro on top of that truck. New headshot angle to start off that clutch. Now to be still to be tested. Only the scout doesn't quite connect the shot. Has a second chance. Looking to escape.
Line-up za onaj flash jeben iz checkera jebote.
So many people looking for him already. One player does fall on the CT side, still soon to be added to that list, and this final round is going to be a quick one. A quick beat take it is, and actually aggression. Still ready to receive. Now's his chance. Not going to be able to find the double. He shuts me right up. Jax still. He's being hunted. It's a knife battle here in Brooklyn. We'll sort things out and leave Stewie in a 1v3.
Oh
Can
my
he do
God.
what Twist did? Would be the ace clutch. I think it's a bit too tall of an order, and it's an 8-7 half. There we go. Hey, you talked about you wanted to see the bias. Well, couldn't be more equal than that.
Well, that was a very entertaining half. It certainly had it all. Knife kills, auto snipers, clutches, and impressive frags. Hopefully more of that after this break.
Bome igra divlje, frajere, baš ne pita, samo trpa. Kenny je spička. Dobar je Kenny, nije ko prija, ali... Ali ovaj play, oh my god, šta frajer napravi je. Isuse Bože. Šta mislite o mapi, a? Ćemo gledat drugi half ili nećemo? Šta mislite o mapi, je li dobra, a? Ali ću copyright dobit, mogu meni je mapa brutalna. Pa prolaz nećemo gledat više. Lajkaj live stream, pizdo jedna. Ga nećemo gledat više zato da idemo igrat... kako se zove? Danger Zone, jel? Pa ja, znam ja tu. Ej, mapa je vrh. Ja hoću da mapa dođe, hoću je igrat. Šif, veliki pozdrav za tebe, dobrodošao na live stream. Kako ti se sviđa novi cache ako si ga vidio? Ako ne, zašto nisi jebi ga? A onaj molotov za quad, ne? To je promjena svega, znači, ono... Samo što je B-site i dalje Karina za retake, to se ništa nije promijenilo. A-site je lakši za retake-at. Ali mid je nekako olakšan na CT strani, znači može se re-smokat sa B, možda i sa A jebate. Znači baš ono vrh. Ajmo dalje.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Vidite kako ova igra na strelicama.
Live from the Barclays Center, ESL 1 New York, a grand final to come, but the cash show match right on into the action. Star-studded roster.
Evo i Kendi jebe.
And New York, good afternoon, New York. Are you with us? I'll take that as absolutely.
Mr. New York,
second half, and I say we introductions for those of you that have just joined us. We have the legendary Volcano joining myself and Henry G at the casting desk. You've just seen the first half of professional play on this map, the one you've been, you know, not only being your child, as FM Pone put it, but you've been playing with it again, returning to your child and refining your child. I hate this analogy already.
Yeah, you've really gone, you've ran with it.
You had a good half? Enjoy that one?
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't be closer. We saw some knife kills, we saw Zeus kills, we saw auto sniper kills, Negev.
That's true.
That's such a good point. The M249 and the Negev, I love to see it. And we've got two deagles here on the T pistol. A little bit of a boost towards middle as well. What are the CTs? And the former Team Squeaky got in store here. They're going to get config toward the vents.
He was thinking about doing the strafe.
Yeah, you can jump up to those rollers. Is that still possible? I assume it is up here, right?
Haven't changed the spacing.
That looks like it's still possible. You can boost up into those. Either way, here comes a Deagle, Stewie2K, looking to open things up in style. Don't see too many of those these days on a T-pistol, but always very exciting to watch. As you can see, Toxic taking a very tentative approach here. They want to make sure they shut down any CT aggression at the start of the round, and they have no utilities. They're really relying on those Deagles and a bit of a ruse here towards the A site as they set up
good catch. Kenny onto Nitro, but towards B they go, and it's completely wide open. Jax is already aggressed. Catches them towards the Speedway, and now two from Vents. This is going to be an interesting exchange for Jax. He's already been eliminated, and for now, 4 versus 3. The CT's on the retake, having no trouble. Kenny. Steel fights one back, and Stewie, no armor on that Deagle, but he still finds the head. Leaves Steel all alone, doesn't even have a chance to show his POV. The CT's, despite the site being taken by Toxic, have no issues on the retake.
Yeah, that's interesting, considering they got the open side essentially there, got the kill towards spawn as well. They still fall apart as the retake comes in. It is going to be Squeaky getting the lead here in the second half, 9-7. And they're on the CT side now. I would say it's more favorite.
Ne znam, rekli su 9. mjesec da izlazi.
CT, but a lot of people would say it was always a slightly more T-sided map, but it felt more comfortable.
Kad? To je dobro pitanje. Ja hoću igrat.
Time that attack against you. But here's the retake coming through. Kenny S, he's the great in this show match so far. He's had a fantastic tournament here in New York. And we'll see the Force Spy coming in the second round. This is today's game. We see this almost every single time the bomb's planted in the T-pistol. If you lose it, they will be buying up with rifles in the second round. Luckily, the rifles are there on the CT side as well. Elise, beautiful shot.
And so that new window is kind of a counter position to the T-boost.
Right.
That's a good point, because before you didn't, it was so difficult to challenge. You could sit towards Z, but they're going to pre-fire that every time. And now you've got two angles. You can't just run up there as a T and have just pre-fire one spot. There's two angles to look at now.
And I mean, I'm already envisioning the powerful Stewie's perspective. You can jump for that info at least. But the idea of having someone perhaps sandbags holding that side of the box and then having someone just holding that vent cross. I mean, there is so many opportunities to hold middle in new and refreshing ways. New box, of course, on this wall. It gives Elijah a little bit of an eye line over the precipice of that smoke. 2, maybe 3 crossing in soon. 19 frags for Elijah. Oh my god, he dinked another one. Nitro. Just 10 HP. He still wants to push in, still aggressing all alone. One-man army still going. Finally, silenced by Nitro. He's got more to do though. Left alone with 10 HP, 2 to find. Admittedly, they're tagged. He's got
clutch. Ovo je clutch. Ok, ništa, jebi. Ja sam vjerovao njega, jebi.
So on top of that new box where Lige was, where he was there, it's a pretty strong spot, but you have to really be careful of A main. And so in his case, he was using the T smoke against them.
Yes.
But I wonder if T's are going to adapt where they place their default smokes because of that. Just something to keep an eye on.
Because the default smoke was between the box and fork, right? That kind of separator that enabled them to just sneak out main from the truck angle.
Well, then it will be 10-7. They're going to be force buying again. As we've seen go 2-0 down, there's going to be bursting up with Scouts, a Krieg, Deagle, and a PT50. It's not looking good, Alex.
You know I think that was Earth.
Znači jebeno, mogu se 2 sata taj prozor.
Well, he's French, right?
Na force rundama,
Yeah, it's true.
2 skauta se nasade.
The wallbang's still there. There were some really fun wallbangs in this map. You remember the 147 shot you could shoot towards connector. Is there anything like that you've intentionally put in? Any things you're hoping people would find? Or?
Well, so that one is still there.
It's still going?
So now you can smoke CT or T-mid from CT in the Z through the window.
Okay, cool.
And so there's less reason to run out exactly at 149.
Exactly, okay, that makes sense, right. So it's still possible to bang that, but it's not necessarily going to be happening too often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost completely forgot about those spawn wallbangs all the way through to Z. Out main goes Steel. Connects.
They're pulling this one back.
Looking, no worries at all. Config's not really got the weapon or the health for the job. Confirmed by Steel. Nice hold, nice frag on towards him. 8 to 10 the scoreline. Double digits reached for Team Squeaky.
Okay.
So you saw the change in well, no, I just saw them thinking live. The first round, the round prior, Stewie was jump peeking with a scout, realized the angle needs a boost, gets the boost and holds that line. And now we're gonna be seeing some procedural changes as this match concludes, as they try and find a way to well, deal with the new window.
Yeah, I mean, they're all seeing this for the first time, so they're problem solving on the go.
Exactly, it's fun to watch.
Oh, here comes the B push. The Bizon is out as well. It's Stewie 2K that can't connect the dots. He doesn't get a damage at towards Twist, who picks up the one of the useless weapons in the game, I would say. But it's got 64 bullets, but it's like BB pellets.
No, it's, 64 packing peanuts.
Yeah, exactly. He realizes it's not looking good, but it is a nice distraction for Tarek to come in and take down Nitro.
Nothing.
Wow. Remain. Tarek, he did something rather absurd. Double kill with his deagle. He won't be caught. In fact, he actually wants another one. Swings back out. Dealt with by Jax. And there's so many. He's dealing with it. Shut down by Kenny's repositioning.
Kenny.
Doesn't connect. Ethan left in a 1v2. Oh, he had to go. Just whistles past the ear of a Liege and a roar from the crowd and indeed the team.
I think Jax was totally caught off guard by the new position there.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't even considering it because he's got the adrenaline pumping. His muscle memory's going. He's got his first 2 frags.
Before you were thinking about Sandbag, Z, and White Box, right? That was your kind of your 3 targets. With the extra one there as well, and you can't really do too much to smoke out that CT window, right? Like it looks like the angle will be a little bit more difficult. There's no steps. These guys were nervous.
Mislim, rekli su da će još nešto malo mijenjati nakon ovog gejma kad vide nešto ovo.
Presumably you could throw a Molotov while running into that position to guarantee control, but it doesn't look like you could do much from the outside from the
get-go. Nećete niš puno mijenjati, ja mislim.
Is that something that you've been checking to see how easy it is to lock down that window with utility?
Ovo je lijepo vidjeti kad
so
se
you can
ljudi
definitely
zabavljaju.
jumping Molotov from the T-boost, behind the T-boost, and with the Molotov you can basically smoke anything at that point.
Sure, so as long as you get smoke on that flame, but that's a huge investment of utility, so at least there is a price to be paid for removing that vision.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And just to be clear as well, all skyboxes remain the same, so the execution smokes from outside the A side towards Squeaky, they're still just as viable as they were before.
So one point to mention is the building between the T side of A and the CT side. That building has been lowered.
Yes.
So any existing smoke should still be possible, but new ones might also be available.
That's cool.
Well.
Okay, that's
awesome. To je dobro,
Well then, here's going to be Elige and Config taking the advantage here. They have got an 11-8 lead so far. It's Jax and Steel to try and pick up the pieces. They've got an AK and a Krieg. Relatively healthy, still down to 86, makes his way out the Squeaky door. Smoke down, and it looks like he'll be dropped as well. 4 versus 1. Jax has been playing very well indeed. 16 kills to his name. Coming through Z here, but he's been out-positioned and presumably taken down. Tarek doesn't make the cleanest of kills, but they all count, and it will be a solid lead now. The money should be an absolute tattoo.
Kak ti tu razgovara? A pop flash? Pazi, sunjam ja da imamo klub 10 ljudi koji će igrati.
Team Toxic starting to dig themselves into a hole. Ethan confirming he fancies his chances with the scout.
Ako bude ljudi, nije problem.
A lot of Spider-Men in the crowd. More frags from Elige. He hasn't had many poor performances here in New York.
Nemam ja 10 ljudi koji mogu igrati stilu.
So let's see how he handles these new angles.
Perfect. You said you were hoping to see it. Elige though aggressive into main.
Oh my fucking god, šta je ovaj lik?
Yeah, so that's a really powerful incendiary. If you can get that down the CT side, I mean, if you have full control of A main, especially that bomb down, that's going to be a very powerful spot. They're going to rotate everyone down now. They're going to smoke it, incendiary, and these wallbangs are fought. I never saw many kills in this spot, but I knew the damage was possible. I assume it's the same values in terms of that sort of spam, and it will do some damage, but not an awful lot.
It might not be identical damage, but it should be very similar.
Hello.
Tarek, another one. Added to the tally, 3 knife kills in this game to start off the return of DE Cash.
Well, Stewie's got his work cut out for him. 5-on-1. Doesn't look good to say the least. You can't jump through that window. It looks like it's just a nice little letterbox of death.
Yeah, and that was very intentional to not let people get through it.
That's good. I feel like that would just make things a little bit awkward trying to jump through. Like, there's not really a reason to do so. I guess it would be something you could maybe have a crazy boost on the T side.
Neću sad nije otići cash. Neću. Sad kad sam vidio ovaj cash, sad bi ja trebao igrati onaj. A ne mogu, ne može tu. Tako.
Well, yeah, I know it also opened a sight line up from that window to the A-bomb site with somebody like hanging off of a ledge.
Of course, yes, that would be too much, yeah. That'd be too much of a strong angle. Nice knife kill from Tarek, you like to see that. The left, right, good night. And now we'll see 13-8 come through. Money started to stabilize though. Toxic did actually take an eco in the previous round. It's a classic play. Ethan using the flashbang to get himself out towards middle. Quick push towards the vents here. He's got to push through so many flames, and it's going to be Config who's ready and waiting to actually make that kill his. And now Jax will bring things back to a 4-4. Tarek trying to back up his teammate the best he can. The flashbang's deployed. The swing comes through, but it's not quite enough.
He's on the new lamppost. We'll see if it's going to catch them off guard. They're not going to necessarily be checking this. Oh, never mind. Still, he's done his homework. Catches him. Nitro as well on the way into the site, catching Twist, leaves Kenny.
Viš sad gore desno onaj prozor, tu se može stajati, ne znam ko nije to bio vidio. Aj, nek skoči neko gore.
Walking from B. Two-side entrance. We're going to follow his sweep. Headshot, the first to check, and bullets ready to be thrown in his direction. Impossible shot to hit.
Internet, what is wrong? What the fuck?
Players on a stage like this with a crowd like this, it's fun. It's fun to be a part of.
Steele's having a game for himself here too.
He is. Proven himself, proven his worth. See that again from his perspective. He was ready for that off the box as well to catch Tarek by surprise.
Koja je ovo kvaliteta is? To je 720p, ne seri, očajno.
So the boost being asked for, Ethan's not interested. We'll see them Twists going aggressive in middle. This was always seen as such a huge risk. Too much changing around this side of the map.
Oh, I like this from Kenny. This is a bold move of the AWP to push towards Squeaky. If you can make it work, you're in a fantastic spot. He will be taking down Nitro there. Probably doesn't know what the hell has happened to him. And Twist using the incendiary just to retreat from the difficult spot he's found himself in. He's at 46 HP. Toxic still with 3 players alive, looking to find double digits here. Kenny though, great spot. Falls back from the push he made towards Squeaky, and now he's looking for the cross, and he might have to come into action here as Ethan opens things up.
Kenny, great for the first frag, really awkward for the rest. He's going to have to go aggressive. He invents a brand new flashbang, didn't quite work out, and ooh, I mean, goodness, not far from lining up, but that will be around for the T's. A necessary one to keep things close. It's going to be 13 now to 10. Toxic finding themselves their double digits.
Looks like maybe they're kind of getting their stride here, figuring it out.
That way.
Yeah.
Well, how many rounds did they got here on the T side?
So
but they've got 2 rounds in a row now, and Steele top fragging, 18 kills. You're right, he is feeling himself. He's rolling back the years somewhat there. And we'll see now with the money completely ruined on the CT side. I feel like we've got a tactical timeout.
Is this from the CTs?
Yeah,
Yes,
Mike unmuted.
Oh.
Chad Sponge Birchall going to be given his opportunity.
He's a cash or cache specialist.
He is.
So
does that hurt your ears every time you hear that? His Australian butchering of your, I'm not going to use it again, your map?
You know, I thought people would mispronounce cash, but maybe not in that way.
Cache?
Yeah.
Gross.
A whole nation.
A whole nation.
It's endearing.
Yeah, well, I agree. And it still makes me smile when I hear it slip out, because he's tried to change it. He's tried to call it cash, but when he's getting passionate, cache does slip out for sure.
Cache is the one I was expecting.
Cache, yeah.
Paper cache.
Well, you've helped me do loads of really terrible puns about cash, the map, and cash, the money. That was always a nice and easy one, so I appreciate that.
No problem.
Oh, what is this?
Oh,
a variation? Oh, that's so cool. So you can boost instead of using the ladder. That gives you like your head peeking up instead of the whole body. That is a really cool idea.
I'll bet you could wallbang that as well. We saw Nitro take some bullets from the other direction.
It looks like the bomb is down towards A as well. So I'm hoping to see some Kenny S action here.
Well, he's got the AWP. His teammates were just Eagles. He's going to have to step up and go above and beyond as he waits towards the CT truck. Remember, you can see the angle now. Players crossing towards quad. And that's the one we're looking for. That's the AWP angle. And that's lovely. He's going to take it. Still looking for more here. Tarek will back him up. He's going to get a second bite of the cherry. So he crosses over and pre-firing that position. Kenny will start to reposition here. Still gets going to go down from the forklift position.
Kenny on fire.
Taking a little bit of damage there, and it's going to be down to Kenny. Remember, the only player that came into this round with a real weapon. His teammates had Deagles. They took an eco, but here he comes. A classic.
Oh!
Have you ever seen anything like it? That's what we wanted to see with the AWP.
Oh!
He's on old cash. He's against the wall. There is no cover there. Now he has it. Tarek couldn't take the shot. It's a headshot fight for Kenny. Precision, sure. But there you go. Perfect.
Oh my fucking god.
First catch wouldn't be possible. Second, not possible. It's all brand new. Nitro and Stewie getting caught out, and he's feeling himself.
That's a vintage Kenny S on a map like Cash as well. That's got to warm your hearts out.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to see.
That's exactly what we wanted to see, right?
That's more than we could have expected.
Oh, that could be it, because now they're 14-10 up. That was an eco, essentially. The force buy and Kenny to bring the AWP out. 4 Deagles, no armor. There's 1 Deagle kill there, and a Kenny S 1 versus 3. You just love to see it. Double AWP set up now. Will be Tarek joining in with the AWP responsibilities. I want to see this boost work out. As you can see, it's just designed to stop that fast approach towards the boost position. Tarek will be landing the shot towards Stewie, looking for match points as he flashes in config. Config feeling himself, wants to see if he can open things up. He wouldn't necessarily expect this push. He's done so much damage there.
I mean, there you go. That is something that has changed. That's a fight he could have potentially won earlier due to the wallbang changes, or the texture changes. Material? I don't know what word. I'm not a map designer. Material changes.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, man. I made a Call of Duty 1 map once.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. How old were you then? Like 9 years old?
Yeah, me and my friend, we just put low gravity on and it was a box.
Do you still have it? I'd love to play it.
Sure, man. Yeah, and we made it so that the bolt action rifle fired a bazooka. We were really having a go.
Let's get on the Steam Workshop.
Yeah, we'll see what I can do.
Opa.
Kenny, not quite going to have the same success he had in the round prior, at least not to start things off. Tagged down to 22. Steel's already out, and this does seem to be a very powerful position. Look at the angle he can adopt. Of course, vulnerable because of his scope swing, which is exactly where Elige presents himself. Deals with it on top of the sight. It's twists. Headshot angle. Leaves Ethan and Nitro. 40 seconds. Try and make this T-side work. The bullets overwhelming, certainly towards Squeaky. Nitro left with devices. Quick start. Conflict 30 seconds.
Ali Kenny.
You peak, you lose when Kenny's in the server.
One thing to point out there is we saw Kenny in the highway, and there's these guardrails along each side of highway. And you can get on those to change your height, mix up a little bit.
So the pre-fire is a bit...
Yeah, and you can get some different angles looking over the white box towards vent from there.
Oh, I see that now. Okay, I didn't notice that. So you can actually jump on those either side and just have a different
So you can peek middle from over the white box on that.
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting.
That's really cool.
We'll get to see that, I'm sure, whether or not it's now or when it's available. Just a quick reminder, when will the general public have a chance to run around on Cash?
So the plan is on October 10th, it'll be on the Steam Workshop.
Cool. So October 10th, you'll be able to run around and
all
of the smoke.
10.9.
Look at Elige. He's got, quote-unquote, the most useless weapon.
10.9 za nas smrtnike.
Kenny and Tarek then looking to win this one right here, right now, up against 4. Good start. Stewie caught on his push towards fence. They're already starting to forge a path, though, towards B. Tarek a little late to this party, but he's not got the weapon for the job either.
What's he going to do with this in Century?
Yeah, what's the plan? Jumps through. My goodness, he had a shot. So did Nitro.
Ajmo Kenny.
Here we go again. Kenny
Ako klačava, doniramo u dobrotvorne svrhe.
I am always believing this guy's got the magic stick in his hands. We'll see what he can do with it. It's going to take some heroics here, and that's not a bad start at all. Steel is low as well, dropping the smoke, trying to buy himself some space here. The flashbang to follow it up. He's going to push through it, I believe, but he does not fancy it right now. Going to go for a wallbang potentially as he heads towards heaven here. And now, Steel's been spotted. Oh, it's happening.
Oh my god.
Good. Feeling himself, nearly gets it. Steel can't quite believe it, but there's a necessary round for Toxic in order to keep this game going. 11-15.
Damn, well, they had Bizons there on the CT side. That was interesting.
So they've got 4 rounds so far on their T side. Haven't quite been able to figure it out to the same degree.
Well, they've got 4 lives left. Overtime seems to happen in every show match we play.
That's true.
This one doesn't seem to be any different. The Bizons are being put on the CT side, so they're really going for it. 3 Bizons, Deagle, CZs.
In the early days of Go, I actually used to favor the Bison on Ecos because people didn't force buy as much.
We used to have an IRC channel called Viva la Bison in the early days in the beta because it was such a powerful weapon. It was too strong of anything. But then they just nerfed it to oblivion and made it the worst gun in the game. So what a disparity that was. The P90 was also up there. That's right, P90 was
the stvarno rado bi igrao, ali trenutno sam na tome da želim postići najviši rank u svakom game modu. LM sam na matchmakingu, Supreme sam na Wingmanu i predzadnji rank sam na Danger Zone. Ne znam zašto, ali eto, hoću doći do sva 3 maksimalna ranka, pa ono.
Push pays off for Kenny, gets himself a rifle. Bomb, however, on the other side of the map, and so is almost the entirety of the opponent forces.
Danas cijeli dan igram Danger Zone. Došao sam sa 400, ja mislim, ranka do predzadnje. Znači, mislim 14, 13.
Still ensuring it, and Kenny forced to Scarpa.
Maybe a tactical timeout required on the CT side.
Yeah, get their coach involved. Jordan,
I'm a sponge.
of course, behind one, Chad Sponge Birchall the other.
Their money's not looking great.
Yeah, it's really not. CTs might want to take a tactical time ahead. It's discussed, like, take a full eco. Let's calm down. This is getting out of control now. The Bizons aren't working out, surprisingly. Maybe reevaluate the strategies and overall complexion of the buys here.
Yeah, maybe. I think the eco strategy...
Oh, they changed things up. Convic's gone for the decoy grenade here. Eco, so I'm interested to see what he's going to do with that.
Here it comes.
Powerful weapon.
He's got the lineup. I imagine he's been working on that one. Yeah. Okay,
there
so
it is.
Follow that.
That's going to be a big part.
Onto the corner.
This is actually very interesting. We haven't seen this yet. So you can jump up there now to the boosted position by yourself. That's a really nice way to mix things up. Instead of just being isolated in the corner, some different variations of that angle to hold. Should be a pretty convincing round here for Team Toxic, but the first frag will go in favor of a lead. USPs and one deagle here. Oh, this is actually...
The dink, this is going to be the most awkward way. Twist. He's handing out all the dinks.
Not the full eco.
Twist and Elise, they're on the full eco and already have found 3 between them. Leave Steel and Nitro. You said they had to eco. It turns out that was the formula.
Oh, it's actually going. Config loves a knife. He's had some favorable situations like this. Steel. Not like this. No.
It's going to be 16 to 12. We started this show match with knives. We finish it the same.
It is amazing.
Well then, that was fun. That definitely is the operative word. I think it absolutely had it all. We got to demonstrate the new positions, the new ideas, the new ways of holding things, especially the boosts and stacks that were coming through. Sal, are you satisfied with what you saw today? Are you happy with how it was played out?
Yeah, I'm really happy with what I saw there, and thank you to both of you for having me on the cast. It's been an honor to be up here with you guys.
It's been an absolute honor to have you up here as well.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
This new exciting...
Copyright strike mi ne gine, ali nema veze. But znači perverzija. Ništa ljudi, to je to. Ja sam danas palio stream sam da ima novi cash. Ma ne, ništa. Samo novi cash danas. I ide sad će ići video vjerojatno za novi cash, izbacite još malo i onda ide sutra vjerojatno će ići neki video o CSGO-a nešto. Nemam pojma. Hvala svima što ste bili ovdje danas u brojnim brojevima, ne, seriji. Tako da vidimo se u sljedećem live streamu ili videu. Pozdrav!